Zen Master Bassui Tokusho, born on 1327 in Kanagawa Prefecture in Japan, passed away on 1387 Yamanashi Prefecture in Japan. Bassui Tokusho said, reciting part of a sutra with the desire to benefit others is like reciting a recipe with the hope it will prevent people from starving. My true desire is to relieve others of their pain, though I myself may fall into hell. Bassui Tokusho was a Rinzai Zen master born in modern-day Kanagawa Prefecture who had trained with Soto, Rinzai and Chan masters of his time. Bassui was unhappy with the state of Zen practice in Japan during his time, so he set out in life with the mission of revitalizing it. The problems he saw were really two sides of the same coin. That is, he saw both too much attachment by some monks and masters to ritual and dogma, as well as too much attachment by some monks and masters to freedom and informality. Bassui Tokusho said, reciting part of a sutra with the desire to benefit others is like reciting a recipe with the hope it will prevent people from starving. That's what all the religious teachers, all the religious priests, the mullahs, the church fathers, the Hindu Swamijis were doing. They are thinking, reciting a recipe with the hope it will prevent people from starving. They all kept on giving lectures after lectures after lectures without a single karma yoga. Without a single karma yoga. Karma yoga should be 90% karma yoga. They should make sure the people who are coming to the temple will be able to see how to grow the food in their land by using rainwater, solar, wind energy and their own, creating their own recipe by recycling the sewage water, the grey water, the black water harvesting. And then they can go and sit on the chair, and then when they recite a sutra, it will not be part of the sutra. It will be a sutra which came out of deep love and deep intimate love with the nature. And the sutra has got a connecting link. Now the starvation in the whole world happened because looking at the religious leaders, their disciples are the political leaders. They both have got a deal, the religious leaders and the political leaders has got a deal to sit on the chair and give big lectures. Otherwise, how come religious leaders, political leaders give big lectures, and I've never seen them going to the slums and into the road cleaning. They make others to clean. They must clean. When they clean the slums with the toilets, and they look at the house and they sit with the people, rub shoulders with that same people and eat food from the same place and wash and take bath in the same slum, then they will realize that they need a change. Yes, and they should be an example. When political leaders have not done it, do not think that the religious leaders are pure. They were the creation. Otherwise, in my state, in Karnataka state, I heard there are more temples than toilets. Such is the situation. If there are more temples, forget about the toilets. I am not worried about the toilet. There are more temples. Each temple, if they take care of 1 kilometer or 10 kilometers surrounding areas and convert that much area into rainwater harvesting solar, and made sure that in that 10 kilometers or 1 kilometer, not a single person starves, and every person has been rejuvenated to roar like a 1,000-man warrior. Or if the one single temple decides there are 1,000 houses, I will take care. And only after taking care, they can enter even in the temple to do the puja. They have the complete records of the 1,000 people, 1,000 houses, 1,000 families. And then where they have been placed, where the children will be placed, which hospital they go, etc. then it has become a pyramid, then there is no problem of reciting a sutra. I heard the Israelis, the Jews are taught not even to pronounce the name God, G-O-D. When they write also, they write G and space and D. To write that O is Purnamada, Purnamida, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamada, Purnameva Vashishyate. The circle is a circle. So if you do anything, you should make sure that you complete a circle in complete conscious state, being a real karma yogi. And they understood, if you wanted to even pronounce, even use the name, utter the name of God, you should be a strong person who can roll like a 1,000-man warrior. Hence, I am asking all the temples and the churches and the mosques, you cannot allow people, neither your mullahs or your church fathers or the temple priest or the Swamijis cannot enter into the ashram or sit on the chair to give a lecture. That doesn't mean from tomorrow you all should go to Mauna Vrida. No, no, no. Shut your mouth and go to the field and do the work. Do the work. Do the work. You are kept on doing sutras and telling all nonsense to the people without you working. You should be an example. I have seen the Japanese people working, even the Sacho-san or the Kojocho. Kojocho is the manager. All those people work more faster and harder than anybody else in the whole factory. And if they are supposed to, people are supposed to come at 8 o'clock, they are already there by 6 o'clock. They even clean, they wear the same dress, eat with the same people, clean the toilet, rub and scrub everywhere. Can you believe? Even the Sacho-san, the owner of Sacho-san, president of the company's son, if you want to join the company, he has to start from beginning. He cannot be sitting on the chair. He has to go and clean the toilet, sweep the whole area. From the beginning, he has to start. That, if that has been done, you can see that Japan, a smallest country, were able to prove it is possible. Reciting part of a sutra with the desire to benefit others is like reciting a recipe. Small hurry, but a small work, you do it and you think your family tree is going to be strong. Total involvement, make the whole body an instrument. Using whole body of an instrument. They say, why, even our naturopathy says, why breast cancer comes. Breast cancer comes because the breast has not been massaged, it has not been used. In the olden days, there was no breast cancer because throughout the time the ladies will have a baby. Now the baby stops after 1 or 2. When a place is not been used much, automatically rats and cockroaches comes. Hence, when a part of the body is not been used, cancerous cells build up. Unnecessary, a foreign matter comes and sits over there. Same is your land also. If you keep your land empty, what happens? Grasses and other weeds grows, and some people might go and occupy that place. And that's what they were been trying to tell you. Reciting part of a sutra with the desire to, so when you're doing, the whole body becomes an instrument. The whole body becomes an instrument. Then you are powerful. Then the drawing happens, the painting happens of its own. The poem happens of its own. When you're not used to total body, then you have eye problem. You need a doctor for eye. You need a doctor for ear. You need a doctor for your mouth. You need a doctor for your stomach, for your bum. Everything separate doctor. Otherwise, there's only one doctor. And who is the doctor? Your heart labor, your sunlight is a doctor. Your rainwater harvesting is a doctor. Your leg, which you keep your feet on the earth, is medicine. It's so powerful. Reciting part of a sutra with the desire to benefit others, like reciting a recipe with the hope it will prevent people from starving. That's what they kept on telling. All the political religious leaders kept on telling to starving people, pray to God, pray to God. What is pray to God? Pray, P-R-A-Y, drop the P-R-A-Y, P-R-A, pray into the land, not for destruction. Work harder, automatically. The earth is provided enough for man's needs, but not for his greed. As long as you do not have the greed, the nature has provided. And I am an example sitting here, work very hard, you pray, please, for God's sake. I'm asking all the Swamijis in the ashrams, the priests in the temple, do not enter any temple. If the temple is dirty, surrounding temple there's no rainwater harvesting and solar, and they have not grown enough food to demonstrate to you, do not enter the temple, because you will not see God inside, you will see a devil. Same with the church and the masjid. Because when I went with my Japanese friend to a Punjabi restaurant, he was telling, no, Guruji, come out, we don't enter the temple. I said, why? Don't enter the restaurant. I said, why? Because there's nobody in the restaurant. If there is nobody in the restaurant, that means the food will be very bad. I said, that is your stupid Japanese idea. Come, we'll go and eat. And when we sat inside the Punjabi restaurant in Indiranagar, we found that the owner was looking at the TV, and with the remote control, he was watching the cricket match. And the food was very bad. When the owner is not deeply involved in the kitchen, when the owner is deeply involved, when he makes the whole restaurant an instrument, and he jumps and dances and prevents and talks to us and come to a table and brings the food, ask us how tasty or not tasty, people will just crowd inside, reciting part of a sutra. When the whole temple and the church and the masjid moves and they bruise. And he said, don't eat food from the hotel. We ate food, it was not tasty. Same, you enter the temple, it will not be tasty. You come back deceased. My true desire is to relieve others of their pain. Though I myself may fall into hell. When you try to convert people or work hard with people, maybe you will fall into the hell. Means you fall sick and you die. Never mind, as a leader, it's your duty to make sure, because so much of dirt is there. Borrowed knowledge so much with the materialistic world as well as with the spiritual world. It needs a huge amount of power to cleanse it up. If you cannot cleanse it up, that cleansing will start only when you are in deep, intimate love with your wife and your children. And that relationship you have to build up with the total instrument working, with making the whole body an instrument, becomes a joint family and a family tree. And when you have a pyramid, you see the power and the happiness and the growth. That happiness, that Ananda, Paramananda itself is God. Bassui Tokusho said, reciting part of a sutra with the desire to benefit others is like reciting a recipe with the hope it will prevent people from starving. My true desire is to relieve others of their pain, though I myself may fall into hell. This is my 247th small talks.